is News 3 Now at 6.
The state capitol, freshly reopened to visitors this week, had plenty of them today. Their voices echoed in the halls outside of a room where budget talks begin in earnest.
There's anger and frustration over major changes Republicans want to make to the nearly $100 billion bill. Naomi Cole's at the Capitol with the biggest issues dividing the parties. Naomi?
Republicans kicked off the process by tossing almost 400 items from the governor's proposal today. That includes highly politicized items like legalizing marijuana, Badger Care expansion, raising minimum wage, and more. This was the scene earlier today outside the Capitol budget room. Immigrants and workers' rights group Voces de la Frontera protested Republican plans. The big one, to take out a budget measure that would let undocumented immigrants get driver's licenses.
We have such an obligation to stand with immigrant workers and families at this time.
It's all part of a massive overhaul of the governor's budget proposal.
Meeting to order. The secretary will call the roll.
Republicans are starting today with a base point of the last budget, stripping hundreds of items.
These ideas should be debated as part of the full legislative process.
And more than $3 billion from Evers' proposals, which they'll spend weeks building back in.
Our budget will be reasonable, responsible, and realistic.
Republicans are about to make a generational mistake by saying no to expanding Medicaid.
The committee rejected $1.6 billion in Medicaid expansion about 2 hours later.
It's going to happen. But when that someday happens, there's not going to be an extra $1 billion that rightfully belongs here in Wisconsin.
But there is no problem with access to health insurance. Problem is we won't put people on government assistance because we see there's a private sector plan available.
One major exception to the partisan process, a unanimous proposal clearing the committee.
Let's do at least one more. At least one more, okay?
Expanding the Mendota Treatment Center to add 50 beds for both boys and girls.
This is one of the rules of government that I'm excited to help us get going today.
Now, a Republican priority will be taking out the tax increases that Governor Evers had built in. They expect the writing process to go through June or early July.
Naomi Cole's live at the state capitol. Naomi, thank you. This month, the state legislature will look at almost 20 bills that look to alter the state's voting and elections process. According to the League of Women Voters, a nonpartisan political organization, the bills would undermine democracy. Staff with Law Forward say the bills generally fit into 3 categories: election administration and powers of the legislature, new criminal penalties for voters and administrators, and absentee voting.
Right now, we're seeing legislatures meddling in election administration and really politicizing the voting and election administration process. In many other states, like here in Wisconsin, have proposals to criminalize a broad array of conduct by voters and election officials.
The League of Women Voters is asking lawmakers to avoid measures that place undue burdens on the voter or create barriers to participation. They call for expanding early voting hours, implementing automatic voter registration through the DMV, making absentee ballots ADA compliant, and allowing people convicted of felonies to register and vote upon their release from prison.
Let's check your certified most accurate forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Well, temperatures are on the cool side, but they'll get pretty cold for tomorrow night, and we'll be looking at the possibility for some frost across much of the area. So an alert day is in the forecast for early Saturday morning for widespread frost. Low temperature in Madison will be right around the freezing mark, but areas well north of Madison, say north of the Dells, could dip into the upper 20s, and a hard freeze is possible there. On Doppler track, there have been a few scattered light showers around southern Wisconsin. Another batch to our north and west across northern Minnesota will be in here later on tonight. But you can see the spotty nature of the showers in the first batch really starting to die out. So expect a possibility for a shower later on tonight. The low temperatures this morning started out in the lower 40s thanks to the cloud cover. High temperatures today, upper 50s to around 60. Madison topped out at 57, and right now we're at 55. Janesville still at 57. By tomorrow morning, we'll be down to the upper 30s in Madison. Got a slight chance for a shower overnight. Tomorrow's high 55, and then get set for the temperatures to really drop for tomorrow night. I'll have more details and weather in just a few minutes.
Developing tonight, Sun Prairie police say they are still processing the crime scene and conducting interviews after finding 2 people dead at a home last night. Officers found the bodies of a 37-year-old woman and a 35-year-old man in the neighborhood north of Target and the Marcus Theater. Both had gunshot wounds, and initial evidence shows the man turned the gun on himself. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Sun Prairie Police Department. The Beltline on Madison's west side is back open tonight after a suspected road rage incident caused major backups this afternoon. The delays happened while police were searching for evidence. Officials say an occupied vehicle was hit by gunfire and a passenger suffered minor injuries. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers. A short time later, about 3 miles away, a News 3 Now crew saw a large police presence in the Speedway parking lot at Raymond and Verona Roads. Officers were seen investigating a vehicle with several bullet holes on the passenger side door and window. Police have not said whether the two incidents are connected.
A Milwaukee man who fatally punched his 5-year-old son over a piece of cheesecake is now convicted of homicide. 30-year-old Travis Stackhouse was on trial this week for first-degree reckless homicide in that June 2019 death. After 2 days of testimony, he decided to plead guilty to second-degree reckless homicide, child abuse, and neglect. According to prosecutors, Stackhouse was angry that his children were eating the cheesecake he had gotten for Father's Day earlier in the week and admitted to hitting the boy. Rock County Healthcare providers say they've been seeing an increase in COVID-19 hospitalizations over the past few weeks. Right now, 28 people are in the hospital. Last week, on Wednesday, that number was 17. Health officials are continuing to encourage residents to get that second vaccine shot.
Of those hospitalized patients, we don't have any records of any of them completing the vaccine series, so none of them are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. There are a few instances where people had received maybe 1 dose of the vaccine and are still severely ill.
Health officials made a change to the mask order there. They say wearing masks outdoors is no longer a requirement. Across the state, 68 new COVID hospitalizations in the past 24 hours, 14 more deaths to report. Health officials confirmed 667 new cases. That's above the 7-day rolling average, which is 606. Almost 36% of the state now fully vaccinated, 44% with at least 1 dose. And here in Dane County, 47% of people are fully vaccinated. Almost 61% have gotten at least 1 dose.
Dane County health officials are encouraging anyone 16 and older to not wait to get their vaccine because next week Pfizer could receive emergency use authorization for children between the ages of 12 and 15. So that means 25 to 30,000 more residents in Dane County will become eligible. Another reason to get the vaccine now. Next week will be FEMA's last week helping at the Aligned Energy Center, so it could take longer to get a vaccine. Right now there are more than 400 appointments still available at the Aligned Energy Center through this Saturday. The Lodi School District partnered with Hometown Pharmacy to offer COVID-19 vaccines at the high school today.
One of the biggest things, right, is kids not getting COVID. But the second part that people don't think about a lot is kids not being quarantined, right? So right now, I mean, COVID is still out there. So kids get quarantined out of school for 10 days or 14 days. Well, if you're vaccinated, you're not quarantined. You just have to symptom monitor. So that is huge for our students.
About 40 students got their shot. Officials say that may sound like a low number, but other students who are 16 and up may already be vaccinated. Having the clinic on site at school removes obstacles like transportation and parent availability. The district will look at options to host another clinic if the Pfizer vaccine is approved for younger children.
20 is plenty. That's the name of a program the city of Madison is rolling out to reduce the speed limit on residential streets to 20 miles per hour.
It's part of the mayor's Vision Zero initiative to reduce the number of fatalities on the roads. Jamie Perez explains how this could impact your commute.
The city is planning on reducing speeds here on residential streets by 2022 citywide, but they're going to first pick a couple of neighborhoods to test this on. According to research by the AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety, a pedestrian hit by a car going 23 miles an hour is 10% at risk of death. If they're hit at 32 miles an hour, that risk increases to 25%, 50% at 42 miles per hour, and so forth. Mayor Sati Rhodes Conway said she wants to ensure that all motorists, cyclists, and pedestrians are safe on Madison streets.
We can decide to follow the speed limit, and we can set an example for others around us. We can reset what the normal traffic speed is on our streets.
The Transportation Commission will choose 2 neighborhoods to test this out on at its meeting next Wednesday. They said they're taking into consideration neighborhoods that are close to schools or parks where there's more foot traffic around.
And that was Jamie Perez reporting. That initiative also includes changes to crosswalk markings targeting high injury areas and changes to street engineering to increase overall safety. Coming up next at 6, a Milwaukee veteran is using Legos to heal. Find out how he's sharing his creations with others next. Stay with us.
prices of the season sale at Ashley Home Store is here. Our hottest new looks are all on sale. Spring doorbusters are up to 60% off. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our furniture sale prices at checkout and no interest financing for 3 years. Ashley Home Store.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really. Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
Power Centers of Madison. Visit powercentersofmadison.com. Don't overcomplicate things with fake review sites and mystery brands. Let Ashley Home Store make sleep simple. Select a custom-fit best mattress personalized just for you by factory-trained sleep experts. Piece of cake. Sleep made simple. Ashley Home Store. This is home. You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Legos are famous for sparking creativity in inventive minds, but a Milwaukee veteran is using them as a form of therapy. Jeff Hogginson is an Army veteran who served multiple tours from 1998 to 2011. Since then, he has suffered from PTSD and substance addiction. In 2015, a suicide attempt led to a broken back, and soon thereafter, he started picking up the pieces. He began working with Legos to occupy his mind and time while at the Milwaukee VA.
It just means pain relief. It's just a way of dealing with it.
And he has amassed an impressive collection of creations on his road to recovery, which are on display right now as an exhibit at the Milwaukee War Memorial.
The 2021 Summerfest lineup is here. Because of the ongoing pandemic, the festival is happening over 3 different weekends in September instead of its typical stretch at the end of June. Headliners include Luke Bryan, Chris Stapleton, Chance the Rapper, Dave Matthews Band, Miley Cyrus, and the Jonas Brothers. A handful of headlining acts have yet to be announced. Still ahead at 6, a Madison teenager is celebrating his 16th birthday in a unique way. Hear why getting his COVID-19 vaccine was priority number 1. And chilly temperatures tonight, and then a chance for frost this weekend. Gary will have the details in your full forecast.
Tonight on CBS, it's a night of comedy and drama, beginning with Young Sheldon, followed by United States of Al, plus Mom, Be Positive, and the thriller Clarice. Then got a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
Annuals and perennials are now available at Jung Garden Center. Start your spring planting season off right and shop our huge selection today. Beautify your home and gardens. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
Fry Construction is celebrating 26 years of providing excellence in home improvements. We strive to exceed the expectations of our clients with each and every project we do. Respected by so many of your neighbors and voted best of Madison, Fry Construction delivers lasting quality for your home. In honor of our 26 years, we are offering 26% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
From the beginning, your mom has always been there. Your first steps, the tears, and those timeless moments she will never forget. She has been and will always be by your side. Steinhoffels would like to wish all moms a very happy Mother's Day. Celebrate this day and all the love you share. Happy Mother's Day from all of us at Steinhafels.
When you're sick, so sick that your heart hurts.
And your mind races.
When you think that you might have cancer, and then they tell you,
you have cancer.
And you just want somebody to say,
it's going to be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
For those who rolled up their sleeves and built the perfect yard this spring, it's time to head back to Blaine's Farm and Fleet for great deals on everything you need to keep your lawn looking sharp for summer. Like assorted estate lawn or garden fertilizer, just $19.99. Get $40 instant savings on this DeWalt trimmer and blower kit. Select mulch is 4 for $10. Plus, try before you buy during our Ride and Drive event this Saturday only from 9 to 2.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Annuals and perennials are now available at Jung Garden Center. Start your spring planting season off right and shop our huge selection today. Beautify your home and gardens. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
Plan your day with meteorologist Chris Reese on News 3 Now this morning.
Hey, Chris Reese, we got some warm temperatures on the way, and it all starts today, huh?
Yes, it does. Every morning, Chris gives you an hour-by-hour forecast to help you plan your day.
So here's my plan your day forecast. Before you head out the door, temperatures will be in the 20s, so grab a jacket, grab the sunglasses.
Plus traffic. Plan your day with meteorologist Chris Reese. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. only on News 3 Now this morning. Watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Your sweet 16th birthday is a big one, right? Well, especially for Jackson Vanderloo, who is celebrating his in a unique way today.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Jackson got his first dose of Pfizer at a UW clinic today, the first day he was eligible. He and his mom worked pretty hard to line up the appointment specifically for today. They say it's worth it for the sense of relief.
I'm ready because once I'm fully vaccinated, I'll be able to do more things safer. I'll get to return a little bit to normal life or life before COVID kind of. It's definitely unique. I think it's a good birthday present.
After celebrating his birthday tonight, Jackson will hit another milestone tomorrow, getting his driver's license.
Dane County public health officials say it is important that kids on the playground continue to wear their masks.
Masks are required for anybody over the age of 5 who is unvaccinated when indoors with people they don't live with. But when we head outdoors, masks are strongly recommended. So they're not technically part of our required order, but we do strongly recommend that children on playgrounds wear masks, especially and most importantly when 6-foot distancing from people cannot be maintained.
And the CDC also recommends children wash their hands before and after playing on any playgrounds. UW system officials plan to restart summer youth programs that were canceled last year due to the pandemic. They'll require COVID-19 tests before students arrive, symptom screenings, masks, and social distancing. The return of pre-college and youth programs, that's consistent with the UW system's plans for the fall semester. System President Tommy Thompson set a goal of at least 75% of classes being offered in person. We have some May frost in the forecast. Gary has the latest.
Well, this is about the time of year where, on average, we're pretty close to the date of our average last frost. So, about 50% of the time we still have frost beyond this point. But it's getting to the point where, a lot of people are putting their plants out. So we do have an alert day in the forecast for Saturday morning for widespread frost. Thinking temperatures in the Madison area down to around freezing. You get outside of Madison, especially up to the north, maybe north of the Dells, might see some temperatures in the upper 20s. That could lead to a hard freeze. So we'll keep an eye on that. As far as the temperatures are concerned tonight, cloud cover and a few showers will keep temperatures in the upper 30s, but will drop to around freezing again by early on Saturday morning. And then cloud cover Saturday night will keep our temperatures in the upper 30s. But Sunday night and Monday night, we may clear out enough to have temperatures drop in the middle 30s. So maybe not a widespread frost, but at least some patchy frost, especially in low-lying areas, a possibility on those nights. A little less certain, and a lot of it will just kind of depend on cloud cover. Tonight we have some cloud cover from spotty showers, but other areas have breaks in the clouds as well. We'll actually see a little bit of a break for a while, and then the next batch of showers will move in here late tonight with a a few clouds, and that's actually with a cold front that'll bring in the colder weather for tomorrow night. So 3 things you need to know in the forecast. That cool weather will continue through the weekend and probably through the first half of next week. The frost potential highest on Friday night, but we could also see some frost Sunday night and Monday night. And then mild weather will return, but not until later next week. Then we'll see high temperatures in the low to mid 70s beginning on Friday. Last night, low temperatures in the 20s up in northern Wisconsin, 30s in about the northern half of the state. Southern Wisconsin had cloud cover, and that kept temperatures in the lower to middle 40s. Frost advisories already have been issued for parts of west central Wisconsin into central Minnesota. On the other side of Lake Michigan, frost advisories and freeze warnings in effect for parts of northeastern and lower Michigan. On weather track, upper level winds back to the northwest. That brings down cooler Canadian air, and that'll be with us for a couple of days. The jet stream trying to bulge northward, but the main part of the jet stream, the subtropical jet stream, will eventually take over, and that will keep the warmest air down to the south, but also see the more active storm track to the south as well. So that storm system on the west coast will stay mainly to our south. We'll just be on the northern fringes of it this weekend with some shower chances mainly south of Madison. This weather system that came through last night with the showers off to our east, there's that cold front to the north and west generating a few showers that'll be in here later on tonight. Temperatures mainly in the 50s to lower 60s, but on future track, after that batch of showers and clouds moves through tonight, skies will turn partly sunny for tomorrow, and then tomorrow night will clear out, and with those northerly winds, and there'll be light northerly winds, that will really allow for temperatures to drop off. On Saturday, here comes that system from the west, but again, most of this precipitation will stay to our south. We'll have plenty of clouds from it, and if there are shower chances, the best chances will be south of Madison for Saturday night and Sunday. For tomorrow, partly sunny, breezy, and cool. High temperature topping out at 55. We should be in the mid-60s this time of year. Again, that alert day for Saturday morning for a low of 32. 56 for a high on Sunday with shower chances south of Madison. Dry weather early next week, a gradual warm-up in temperatures. By the end of the week, we're back to around 70 on Friday and mid-70s for next weekend with some shower and thunderstorm chances.
And coming up in sports, Amari Rogers, already a student of the game. Whose film he's been watching as he prepares for rookie minicamp with the Packers? That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Kopke's Greenhouse is open for the spring season. Shop our expansive facility for veggies, herbs, flowers, succulents, and much more. Kopke's Greenhouse. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay green.
How to change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Right now, get a large Taco Grande pizza. Papa Murphy's.
I want to have $1 million when I retire.
Oh, great goal.
So where do I start?
Well, first you set up automatic transfers into savings. That can add up pretty quickly.
For me, working on putting $1,000 into an emergency fund got me in a good saving habit.
Already on it? Then put together a plan to get rid of debt and maximize your investments. You know, Summit helped me do.
Oh, that's great. I love how Summit gives people the knowledge and confidence to go after their goals. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. Needed Relief Day Spa and Wellness is a place where you can relax, be pampered, and revitalize your life in a safe and tranquil environment. Our guests' safety and comfort is our top priority. Revitalize yourself at Needed Relief today and give the gift of wellness to those you love with a Needed Relief gift card, available now online. It's exactly what we all need. Needed Relief Day Spa and Wellness, Madison's world-class wellness spa.
Kopke's Greenhouse is open for the spring season. Shop our expansive facility for veggies, herbs, flowers, succulents, and much more. Kopke's Greenhouse. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay green.
Friday on News 3 Now this morning, a big push to get more minorities registered to vote.
And baseball is back in Madison. We'll preview the 2021 Mallard season. We'll see you starting at 4:30 on News 3 Now this morning.
In the third round of the draft, the Packers picked a guy by the name of Amari Rodgers. And it's a name you probably should get to know. In his final season at Clemson, he caught 77 passes for 1,020 yards and 7 touchdowns. Now, former Packer Randall Cobb sees Rodgers being a better version of himself in the green and gold, which is high praise from number 18. But the guy wearing number 17, well, that's the guy Rodgers can't wait to learn the tricks of the trade from.
I'm looking forward to learning from Devontae just because, you know, I feel like he's the best receiver in the game right now. I study his game every week. You know, that's the guy that I'm looking for. Every single time I'm trying to learn something from a receiver is him. You know, I respect his game tremendously. And, you know, I'm looking forward to coming in and learning and hopefully turn into one of the best in the game, too, in the future.
Meanwhile, Quinn Miners can't wait for next week's rookie minicamp to start in Denver. Not only is he excited to be with the Broncos, but the former Whitewater star is out to prove people wrong. Miners hasn't forgotten about the teams that passed on him during the draft and has high goals for his time in the Mile High City.
As I kept, you know, I guess falling down the boards, it kind of started turning into, you know, more free motivation of just proving people wrong. And you know, and I want to become the best offensive lineman, you know, interior offensive lineman in this class, you know, and that just starts off with having a dominant rookie season and continuing through that.
Brewers trying to snap their 4-game losing streak in their series finale against the Phillies, and Brandon Woodruff was doing his thing on the mound. The Milwaukee Ace struck out a season-high 11 batters and allowed just 2 hits, but one of those hits was a solo shot. Alex Bohm goes yard in the 7th to break the tie. Brewers lose their 5th straight, 2-0 the final. And it didn't take long for Ty Pelton-Bice to make his impact felt on the ice in the American Hockey League. The former Badger tallied his first professional goal of his career this afternoon with the Manitoba Moose. Pelton-Bice and the Moose went on to win their game 5-3. It's Moose, Gary. It's not Meese. You know?
Moose. Okay. Now I figured out. Well, tonight we've got a few scattered light showers moving on through this evening. There'll be a little bit of a break and then maybe another little batch later on tonight. Temperatures are in the mid-50s. Cool for this time of year. Again, we should be in the mid-60s for the early part of May. Look for low temperatures to drop into the upper 30s and low 40s overnight. Tomorrow, partly sunny, breezy, and mild, or cool. High temperature at 55, and then downright cold for tomorrow night with a low of 32. So we have an alert day in the forecast for Saturday morning for widespread frost. Temperatures stay cool for the weekend. Shower chances south of Madison Saturday night and Sunday. Dry early next week with a slow warming trend. By the end of the week, we're back to around 70 and maybe some thunderstorm chances for next weekend.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.